watching Hollywood Today Live Digital Edition. We're coming to you from the corner of Hollywood and Vine, the center of the showbiz capital of the world. Woo! Woo! Thank you, Walter. I'm Kristen Brogman, and our first guest today was used to dealing with all kinds of supernatural monsters on Buffy and Angel, and now she's talking about real-life monsters on the investigation discovery series Surviving Evil. Take a look.
After being held at knife point by her neighbor, Raul Garza, Andrea is horrified that he will harm her 9-year-old daughter and her playmate. She needs to distract him without provoking his homicidal rage.
Woo!
Homicidal rage.
Homicidal rage. Let's give her a hand and welcome the beautiful Charisma Carpenter. I know, it's so hard to watch that and then come back and be positive.
It's not hard at all. I mean, it's a great show. It's a great show about surviving and inspiring stories about people that go through these
One of the few
things.
shows on ID channel where there are actually survivors, which is a great thing about
Yes.
this, because just because it doesn't end up with a homicide or something like this, people still have to really deal with this stuff after they make it.
They do, and they go on to live very productive lives. They give back to their communities. They go around the nation, around the world, talking about their survival stories and educating women and that kind of thing. So it's probably one of the proudest things I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, well, and you actually have kind of a personal tie to this show because you actually survived evil. You had a story 20 years ago, a really bad experience. And I know you kept quiet about that for a long time. So what made you decide to go public?
Well, I think it was the right time. There had been enough distance, enough healing, and I think that the quality of the programming I was going to be involved with was the right fit. It was going to be sensitive to the storytelling, to the survivors of these various stories, and I think I felt good about it.
And how do most people cope? Most stories you've seen on the show, how do most people cope moving forward? And how did you cope after your experience?
Well, I went to a lot of therapy. I did a lot of therapy.
As you should.
And that I always recommend that. Although, you know, it is kind of taboo thing. You know, it's not for everybody, but it was definitely something that I felt was necessary. And Victim Witness is a great program that I was able to use some of their funds to help get, you know, well. And I think distance and time and healing and you know, not letting what happens to you just diminish who you are as a person and get in the way of the things that you want to achieve in your life. You know, like I've gone on with my life, and I'm hosting the show, and I worked as an actress, and I continue to live a great life. I have a kid and a happy home life. So there is hope for all of us.
So you made it. Good. I love that. Love that. Well, back to you being an actress. We've seen you for many years on Buffy and Angel, and I know you've got a really hardcore fan base from those shows. What was their reaction? Because they're used to seeing you kind of, you know, in that other role. What was their reaction to seeing you on a show like this?
I think that it surprises a lot of people to know that I have that sort of difficult history, but they're very sensitive to it and proud of me, and that feels good.
Well, speaking of Miss Cordelia Chase, there was just a BuzzFeed article that came out the other day, and I think it was titled...
Oh, about the posters, the inspirational...
Yeah, if Cordelia Chase quotes were motivational posters, and it's hilarious. What would be your favorite Cordelia Chase quote?
Gosh, I mean, literally, there are so many to choose from. That's just propaganda spouted out by the ugly and less deserving.
Oh, boom.
That's one of them.
Snap. Snap, girl.
That's one of my favorites.
And I also know you're involved in a lot of charities. Can you tell us a little bit about those charities and how you got involved?
Oh, wow, that's a lot. The Ronan Thompson Foundation is probably the most important one to discuss today since it's Cancer Awareness Month. It's September, and we really want Empire State to go gold for us.
All right.
If not this year, next year. Come on, New York. Times Square.
Come on, New York.
I know. Times Square lit up for us, and it's been an amazing thing. But child cancer awareness is a big deal, and it's the least funded cancer of all the cancers, and so we need to really make a difference for our kids. So the Ronan Thompson Foundation is started by my friend Maya Thompson, whose little boy Ronan Thompson passed away, and his story has been really well documented with Taylor Swift doing a song for Ronan. at
Oh,
Stand Up for
yeah,
Cancer
yeah.
last year, and she's very involved, and she's just such a great girl. And Maya's doing wonderful things, you know, taking this grief and really making it bigger than her and her grief, and sort of advocating for all the kids. So I'm very proud of that. And in fact, her gala is this weekend in
And
Arizona.
you'll be there.
At the W Hotel.
All right, we love the
Ironically.
W Hotel. Okay, well, in addition to all of that, I know you're still doing some acting too. What kind of
Yes.
projects do you have coming up?
Well, I've done quite a few movies lately. I just finished a project that's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, charisma.
It's really racy. It's like the raciest thing I've done in ever. So I'm a little like nervous.
I'm assuming
about
the son's not going to get to watch it for many, many years.
that. No,
Can't
my
watch
son doesn't watch
Mommy's
this show either, Surviving Evil.
Yeah,
either.
it's too scary.
Yeah, it is. But moms need to watch. So you know, it's exciting. I'm still at it. Believe it or not, I'm still at it.
Good. Well, we are so glad you're still at it. We're so glad that you stopped by. Thanks for coming in. You guys can catch Charisma on Surviving Evil Wednesdays at 9/8 Central on Investigation Discovery. And keep watching because Amanda Salas and I are about to have some lady time with rock royalty Sophie Simmons. We've got all that and more on Hollywood Today Live Digital Edition.